I'm Lindsey. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my anxiety and my journey with Kale. I'm 26 years old and I'm married and I have a 2-year-old little girl. And my anxiety started when I was pregnant with her. I would be afraid to go out in public because I was afraid I would have her in public, or I would be afraid to be by myself, that something would happen to me and nobody would be around to help me. And it just really took a toll on my family and myself because I was constantly worried about irrational things and just making up things that could be wrong with me and Googling, and it was just a bad cycle. But I didn't realize that it was anxiety. I thought that it was just me worrying. I'm having a baby, my first baby, and I just didn't know. And shortly after she was born, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and they put me on Zoloft, and I didn't realize even then that I had anxiety. And the Zoloft helped me feel better, and it helped me go throughout my days. But I would be doing good, and then all of a sudden I would feel bad again. So they would raise my dose, and then it would be a never-ending circle. I'd feel good and bad, and then it just never ended. And that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid that I would never not take Zoloft, and I was afraid that I would forever feel this way, and I wanted to feel like I used to. I wanted to feel normal and be able to take care of my child without someone with me 24/7 or constantly worrying that she's gonna get sick or hurt or anything. And so I did some counseling, and I joined some Facebook groups, and they were like the type of group that would say, I have this, does anybody else have this, or is this normal to feel this way? And I used to think that type of website helped me. I like knowing that other people had the same struggle as I did. I used to think that helped me feel better, but in reality it didn't. It was only feeding the anxiety that I had. I wasn't really able to live day to day like I should be able to. I couldn't take my child to the doctor by myself. I couldn't go to the grocery store by myself or anything. And my husband, he owns a lawn care business, so he's home through the winter and he's gone in the summer. And I used to dread the summer, and it would just be terrible because I was afraid to be by myself. So I would call my mom to come over or just whoever, so I wouldn't be alone, because I constantly worried about my health, if I was going to have a heart attack or something. And I had my first panic attack in the middle of the night. I woke up to use the restroom and I had a panic attack, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And I've had a few panic attacks, and before meeting Kale, I would call an ambulance, and I've done that probably 5 or 6 times. And I would call an ambulance, and sometimes I'd go to the hospital and sometimes I wouldn't. But they always told me that it was a panic attack. And each time I just still thought there's something wrong with me. They're missing it. I'm not just having panic attacks. There has to be something else. And me going to the hospital and calling the ambulance once a month or more really put a strain on my relationship with my husband and my family, because it's expensive for one, and I didn't need to do that. So one day I was on Facebook and I saw Kale, and so I messaged him, and he messaged me back, and we had our first FaceTime video call that day. And I remember things that he said really hit home with me, and just by one phone call I had hope that I wouldn't feel this way forever. So I signed up, and I've done his course. I've actually gone through it a few times, and I've done one-on-one coaching, like texting and things like that. And I'm a much better person today. I don't have anxiety like I had before. I've always wanted to, I don't just want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I have been because I've been afraid to do anything else. And I recently got my real estate license, and I had to go in front of the board and do all kinds of things. And without Kale's help, I would have never been able to do those things. He's helped me realize the power that I have in myself, that I don't have to lean on other people all the time, and that I'm strong and I can do anything that I set my mind to. And that's something that I struggled with. I didn't like meeting new people. I was scared that I would go and meet somebody and have a panic attack, and they would think I was crazy and wouldn't want me to work for them. But with Kale's help, I'm a realtor now, and my little girl is in daycare, and she's doing amazing, and that scared me too. Someone else, watching my child when I've watched her for over 2 years. So he's really helped me in ways that I can't even explain. He's given me tough love when I needed it. I highly recommend Kale and his program, his book, anything that you can get from him, do it, take it. His one-on-one is amazing. He's there for you whenever you need him. And he doesn't just sugarcoat it or say, well, do this, do that. He reminds me that I know the answers. I know what I need to do, and I do. I just try to lean on other people, and I'm strong myself. I can do those things on my own. So I can't thank Kale enough for changing my life. I owe him more than I can ever give him, and I just thank him. And if you are struggling, this is the person that you need to talk to. He will help you, and you will be a better person. You won't even believe that you used to be the way you used to be. It just, you feel like a completely new person, and I'm so grateful and so thankful.